I grew up in a family that went to church every Sunday, and it was just something that we did. When I was 13 years old, I went with my mom to a different church, and somebody shared about how Jesus wants to be a part of our lives and can forgive us for our sins. And so at that point, I didn't want my mom to know I was a sinner, as if she didn't know I was a sinner. But I raised my hand, I prayed with them. That's how I started my path. My mom was one of those people who was watching Billy Graham on TV and knelt in front of the TV and prayed to receive Christ. If it hadn't been for my mom, I don't know if or when I would have decided to follow Jesus. We came to Christ Church a couple of years ago. So in March, when they were advertising Easter groups, we thought, well, this would be a great way to get to know some people better. Just loved that group, got so much out of it. It just filled my heart. And I felt like the Lord was saying, just really soak this up because you're going to be in a different group soon. So then in early 2020, Pastor Andrew approached my husband and asked if we would lead us an Easter group. So I thought, okay, it's only 5 weeks. I'll clean my house for 5 weeks. I can handle that. So we agreed to have one. So we continued to meet, and then it was March 13th, and we couldn't meet anymore. And so we started meeting online, and we said, this is so important. Like, this was our way to connect with the church. So we just kept meeting. We've been meeting every Monday night since then. When my mom got sick, so I went with her to all the appointments with the doctors, but she kept saying, I'm praying for God to heal me, but if he doesn't, I'll see you when you get there. That was her faith. But then the cancer had overtaken her lungs and she passed. And you know, it's just hard. It's hard to think, you know, I don't have a mom. Like, every once in a while, I want to cook something and I would normally call my mom and say, how do I boil eggs again? There's no one to call now. As a group, we've had a couple of people lose loved ones, both parents and children. And we all pray for each other every week. And we follow up. How have you been? How was this week? And how, do you need anything? What can we do for you? Or even to just share some of your, you know, the things you work through as you work through grieving. Like, that's what a small group is supposed to be about, right? Just caring for each other. The difference with a small group when you're dealing with grief is that there's a place to belong that's more intimate. There's people who know your story and care about you, and not only care about you, but reach out to you because you belong with them. And then a regular way to catch up, like every Monday night at 6:30, I know the 8 other people that I'm going to be connecting with.